Hello, good evening once again. Welcome to the UBC News Tonight. My name is Wadulo Arnold. It's the 10 o'clock edition. Without further ado, let's take a look at tonight's top stories. In our stories tonight, Senior 4 candidates write their UNEB exams this Monday. We get a word from the Communications Minister. The Kampala lawyer Bob KASANGO dies in Luzira prison. The UN Women supports 1,400 Bujiri fisher women. Uganda Hippos ready to face Tunisia in the AFCON. Thank you for joining us once again. We now give you the news in detail. The Minister for Information, Communication, Technology and National Guidance, Judith Nabakoba, maintains that examination malpractice is punishable. These remarks come in as over 333,775 students are set to write the 2020 UCE exams starting Monday 1st of 2021. Details follow.
Senior 4 candidates are writing their final O-level examinations this Monday, 1st March 2021, with over 333,775 students expected to write the UCE exams. Both students and the general public have been warned against examinations malpractices.
UNEB has already started to receive cases of individuals moving around in some parts of the country with purported copies of exams. And this is wrong. It should stop. Please do not put the future of your children and your institutions in danger by engaging or encouraging cheating. Cheating is wrong.
I want to assure the country that as UNEB, we have put in place enough measures and structures that will not allow examination malpractice to take place. Specifically, let me talk about leakage. Examination leakage is when a paper leaks. For instance, we're having physics tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. And by this evening, God forbid, somebody comes up and says that they have the physics paper. That is leakage. And I tell you, that is when you've touched the apple of Mr. Odongo's eye. He will not allow that.
Parents and guardians are advised to offer support to candidates so that they can initiate the securing of their future.
UNEB reminded us that exams are going to be set to the highest standards. Therefore, I call upon all parents to give their children all the assistance that is required to ensure that the exams are done properly.
The challenge we have is that as UNEB, we don't get into the administrative arrangements of the schools. So our stand has always been, we encourage the parents and the candidates to talk to the teachers, to the head teachers, and come up with an arrangement, agree on how you're going to pay the outstanding school fees. Once you do that, we also encourage the head teachers to allow these candidates to do their examinations. Now, in case time has come to release the exams and they haven't paid up, the school needs to just send UNEB the names of those candidates and then alert us, and UNEB will not release those results until those candidates have paid up their dues. So I want to encourage the head teachers, the schools out there, to please allow these candidates to sit for their examinations so they do not have a wasted year, and then alert us. UNEB will not release any results if you've been alerted that these candidates have not paid.
UNEB spokesperson Jennifer Musamba, who was updating the country about the examination process.
As UNEB, I must say that everything has been according to plan. We have been able to distribute all the examinations to the various centers, to the various distribution centers. This morning we started off by dispatching various trucks, taking different examinations to different, using various routes. We usually start off with the far-off routes, and by this time some of them have already delivered. Of course, others are still on their way traveling, but we know that all is well. We are in constant communication with them. Our last distribution place is in Ajuman, where we expect our exams to get there by tomorrow morning, at least by around 7:20, 7:24. Otherwise, everything has been according to plan, and we are grateful to that. We want to thank God for that.
Government is also challenging Ugandans, especially politicians, to desist from circulating sentimental information, but rather engage in productive activities.
Whereas there is nothing wrong with discussing politics, this shouldn't take much of your time. I call upon all leaders, regardless of their political inclinations, to embrace the gospel of wealth creation. It is unfortunate to see elected leaders sending and amplifying social media political lies and rumors, because we usually see these messages on the social media platforms. They will talk about so many things, then you see even a leader amplifying the same, sharing on the different groups. It is wrong and it is misleading, because many people are following leaders. You find people talking about Mary, bava ku Mary, ate motoka, simanya balamuzi. You know, so many things, and they are explained out of context. Not in context, but in a different context altogether, which is misleading. I believe this is the time for all of us to engage in meaningful and productive work.
Nabakoba was addressing a weekly press briefing at her offices in Kampala. Robert Onyango, UBC News, Kampala.
Now tomorrow, Monday the 1st of March, is a special day to many schools as sub-candidate classes open to students, and then the senior 4 candidates write their UCE examinations. Now schools are prepared for the opening and hosting of the examinations at a time when COVID-19 seems to be gaining ground. Let's take a look at what these details tell us.
Senior 5s, Senior 3s and Primary 6 sub-candidates are tomorrow resuming studies this Monday as their colleagues in candidate classes sit their UNEB final examinations. A number of students, some clad in their school uniforms, carrying mattresses and bags, were most of this Sunday seen moving to their schools for second term.
I have actually been wanting to go back to school for a very long time. I wanted to go back to school from the beginning of the quarantine. I've been studying from home since last year. It has been difficult because I didn't understand if this was the right thing, if this was not the right thing. But I'm happy I'm going back to school.
Those near Kampala and other urban centers preferred to use border borders to take their children back to school.
Bandibadde bajja mu bungi naye akasente okuva mu bazadde tekali kulabika bulungi otherwise. Kati abaana ne bajja omu ku omu kusinziira ku ssente ebbula lya ssente liri mu bazadde, ate nga n'amasomero gaagala ssente ezaawamu ate abazadde ze batalina. Kuba nange ndi muzadde nina n'abaana abatudde waka, nina abaana abali mu senior 4 aba P7 ne bakyaliyo lwa ssente.
Abaana wano mu paaka yaffe Usaafi tebajjumbidde lwa bintu nga 2 oba 3. Ekisookera ddala kya byonna eno paaka Usaafi yafuuka kisiraani. Tetuuza bantu kubanga bagiteekako emiziziko mingi. Ekisooka paaka nga yo baatusindika munda nnyo. Twabawa ekyokulabirako ekyangu nti singa baddira paaka ne bagiteeka wali akatale ne kadde eno paaka yandikoze.
Story compiled by Andrew Sebira for UBC News.
In another turn of events, a prominent city lawyer who has been in Luzira jail has died. Bob Kasango, who was serving a sentence of 16 years, died Saturday evening. He was previously charged and convicted on charges of corruption, conspiracy to defraud, among other charges. The spokesperson of Uganda Prisons, Frank Baine, confirmed Kasango's death, that he passed away on Sunday as he was being transported from Murchison Bay Prison to Mulago National Referral Hospital.
Death has robbed the country of a prominent city lawyer, Bob Kasango, who was yet to successfully appeal against a 16-year sentence he was serving at Luzira Prison.
What is on the ground, he had a medical history with his heart problem even when he was admitted. In fact, even after sentencing, he tried to appeal about using the same facts about his medical life, but bail was not granted. He was waiting for the hearing of his appeal against the sentence. So unfortunately, he passed on.
Kasango was found guilty of theft of 15.4 billion Ugandan shillings pension funds in 2018 alongside the former public service officers Jimmy Ramafa, who was sentenced to 9 years, Christopher Obe to 14 years, and Stephen Chiwanuka Konsa to 19 years of stealing 15 billion Ugandan shillings meant for pensioners. He was convicted by Justice Margaret Tibulia on charges of corruption, diversion of funds, fraud, forgery, theft, conspiracy to defraud government funds, among other charges. According to prison spokesperson Frank Baine, the late Kasango lost a long battle against a heart-rated Marais.
Evening around 8 p.m., one of our convicted prisoners from upper number 003 stroke 2019 by the names of Kasango Bob passed on in the prisoners' hospital, Makshon Bay, as the arrangements were being made to be taken to Mulago.
Baine added that Kasango has been on treatment since he was taken to Luzira prison and he has been receiving medication at Makshon Bay.
Bob Kasango was admitted in our facility on 25th of January 2019. His latest period of discharge was 2035. And the earliest period of discharge 2019 because he was serving a sentence of 16 years.
The late Bob Kasango is remembered for his tense legal battle against the Queen Mother of Toll-based KENYATTA over compensation funds that he had allegedly failed to remit. In 2016, court ordered Kasango to pay 3 billion Ugandan shillings to the Toll Mother based KENYATTA, and he was also further ordered to pay a fine of 12 million or be imprisoned for 5 years. Bob Kasango's body has been taken to Mulago Mortuary for post-mortem. Deborah Namamonde, UBC News.
Now, embracing a peace of mind could overcome mental illness resulting from relationship frustrations. This is what renowned author Grace Nyamahunge emphasized as her new book was launched at Hilton Garden Inn in Kampala. The launch was graced by the private secretary to the president, Irene Birungi Mugisha, who emphasized the need for proper welfare and growth of the girl child.
The confidence exhibited by these children is one of the avenues recommended for proper growth of girl children into responsible women. Such is what was recommended by this formed panel of discussants.
A person is born with a package. God knew better. An extremely good package, and until they unearth that package and know the PowerPoints that will help them blossom, glow, and grow, they may never get the actualization of who really they are and how powerful they can move nations.
Many times as women, we dress in so many different women. The man sees you on Monday, you're this, and on Tuesday, you're different, and on Wednesday, you're something else, and on Thursday, you're different. So what is it he's supposed to take? Dear women, especially the girls, this is what you should take from me. Be the way you are.
This panel sought to highlight what it takes to have proper growth of children, especially girls, into responsible adults.
Carry your candle, run to the darkness.
A confident woman definitely also listens to what the partner would need. But your wants and your needs, you must take charge and be able to communicate them.
This country is rife of ladies who are so ignorant about things, about how minds work, that sometimes I am blown away. Listening to the thing that ladies do to themselves, to their bodies, the thing they drink, eat, put inside their bodies, thinking that that's what will work for men, yet actually that doesn't work for us.
It is on the basis of this song that Grace Nyamahunge wrote this book to encourage young ladies to embrace confidence.
A lot of mental illnesses is as a result of
relationships, because of the issues they are facing in relationships, they are mentally not stable. So for me, I would like to say that if you can look at yourself and check and go back and address and start behaving in ways that are self-actualizing, then you're not only going to enjoy your love, you're not only going to have fulfilling relationships, but you'll also contribute to your emotional stability.
The book titled Just the Way You Are Girl was officially launched by Irene Birungi Mugisha, who is a mother herself.
So self-esteem is very important. Appreciating that love is very important, but it starts with you. How much do you love yourself? Walk up with high esteem, walk up with confidence, and then wake up to know that I am going to make a difference regardless. And as mothers, we have to start with the children.
The launch of this book comes just a few days to the celebrations marking International Women's Day. It will be held under the theme, Choose to Challenge. Henry Okrut, UBC.
Just a few days away, 8th March, International Women's Day. In other news, fishing has for centuries been a male-dominated trade until recently when women decided to join the fishing trade. Now, many women previously used to fear taking up fishing, saying that it had involved a number of insurmountable risks, but that is no more. Let's take a look.
About 1,400 women under Waka Waka landing site in Bujiri district have formed a fishing enterprise code named Women Economic Empowerment Bujiri. These are in cage farming along the shores of Lake Victoria, thanks to the 2.2 billion shillings donation from UN Women. The women said previously they feared venturing into fish farming but decided to take part in it with the hope of raising their household income, a move they have lived to enjoy the hefty proceeds. Before forming the association, the women said they used to buy fish from male fishermen and sold it cheaply to traders from Kampala with trucks. But after joining the association, they are now able to lobby for better prices. The district fisheries officer, Bujiri, Immaculate Were, said the association intends to export fish to foreign countries starting next year.
This project has 1,400 women, and we have transformed it into a company which is limited by shares, and it's called Uganda Limited. We being short is short of Women Economic Empowerment Bugiri. With this truck, we hope to hit the regional market. Other than selling all our fish at farm gate price, we shall be taking some of our fish to the prime market.
The country director, UN Women, Maxime Huinato, who handed over a brand new vehicle to the association to help in the transportation of their fish, urged women to set up enterprises to help in their families' development.
And even here, because they don't have the alternatives, they are at the mercy of traders that can buy the fish at any price. But if they have conservation, the capacity to keep the fish, they can sell more expensive. And second, they can also go on to as far as Goma.
The chairperson, Uganda Registration Services Bureau, Ambassador Francis Butagira, has also thanked those who contested for various political posts and accepted defeat. Butajira extended the appreciation while speaking as chief guest at the reconciliation meeting for community of Rampara district and welcome party for the RDC Rampara Turiabajanyi Emi. We'll take a look.
Former Speaker of Parliament, Ambassador Francis Butajira, has commended leaders who accept defeat, saying it is a noble and a democratic culture. He was officiating a reconciliatory event of losers in the recent elections and a welcome party for the new Rampara District RDC Turiabajanyi Emi Katera at Chinoni District Headquarters.
On behalf of the government and United Nations,
Butajira castigated all those who refused to turn up for the meeting, yet they were invited, urging them to bury their political differences and focus on promoting development, peace and harmony in Rampara district.
Can you imagine? When you can you fetch out? Now wait, you it's your quarter and say now when message in Arewa, I think that you reporting.
Katera promised to promote development, unity and hard work in Rampara district that was recently carved out of Mbarara district.
The office of the RDC, the office of the LC5 chairperson and the office of the COW must coordinate. We must work as one in order to give the services our people need. In this coordination, that means we shall even be going as a team to the center to lobby in different ministries to make sure that Rampara gets its own share of what it's supposed to get. Number two, as I have already said, I am going to introduce the Balaza system, whereby we shall be going, the whole technical team of the district, headed by the chief administrative officer and the political wing of the LC5 chairperson. We go as a team and hold various meetings, accountability meetings at the sub-county level.
Mbarara City Resident Commissioner Lieutenant Colonel Mwesija James urged Rampara residents to reorganize and cooperate with their leaders for development.
Luwero Resident District Commissioner Rose Berunji has emphasized the role of religion for peace building in a nation. Now, this was during a courtesy call at Luwero Muslim District Head Offices, which is under the auspices of Uganda Muslim Supreme Council in Kasana, Luwero.
The recently concluded general election revealed a lot about the Ugandan society, with almost everyone taking sides. This even involved some religious leaders who openly campaigned for their candidates of choice. Though no article in the Constitution deters religious leaders from involvement in politics, their discourse divided public opinion. But whereas this was evident in many areas of the country, in Luwero district, the Muslim community leaders have been appreciated for their neutrality during the entire process.
We just want to commend them for that, because they have to, they are leading the faithfuls regardless of their political affiliations. That's why we have to commend them.
The Luwero Resident District Commissioner Rose Birunji was on a courtesy call to the District Muslim Head Office, during which she interacted with the District Kadhi, Sheikh Ramadan Mulindwa.
The previous 2 days we visited the Catholic side and also the Anglican side, and we are yet to visit other leaders in the district, religious leaders in the district. The main purpose for our visit is to get closer to them, because we know they are the custodians of the people we have come to serve. and we serve the same people. Therefore, we have to get close to them, and we have to put there a cordial working relationship between us and the religious community.
The Muslim leaders request government to help solve their land issues and also seek inclusion into government development projects.
As Muslims of Luwero Muslim district, even at the national level, we are left behind in all development programs. We call upon the leadership of the government, the local government, and the government itself to include the Muslim community in these development programs, be it wealth creation, be it EMYOOGA, and so forth.
This meeting with the newly posted RDC was graced by several Muslim leaders in the region.
Medical workers in Naboa Town Council Mbale district have been cautioned against the illegal sale of government drugs to patients. The remarks have been made by the resident district commissioner Budaka District Chisol Tom at the opening of a new community health facility in Naboa Town Council.
On behalf of the government of Uganda, I want to officially commission Blue Roof Medical Center for use by members of the community.
Naboa Town Council residents have a reason to smile following the construction of a medical facility in their urban center. This follows the opening of a newly refurbished Blue Roof Medical Center by a renowned businessman, Charles Bayer, in Budaka District.
God will appreciate you. And this one becomes a lesson to many others, that you can start small and always grow bigger. We need some of the services in every part of this district. So, you know, if people cannot access medical services, then you will have unproductive population. A useless what? Population. That's why we have what we call routine immunization, to have a healthy population, so that we are able to achieve our vision 2040.
Cheso says the facility will save the community from trekking long distances and pledge to monitor the facility and ensure that there is good service delivery.
The services you deliver to the people must be quality services. You have staff which will work and they must be paid. We shall not allow staff who strike because of non-payment. And also want staff who are patient. When there is no money, there is no money. Kama hakuna pesa, wanafanya kazi. Yes, they don't work for money, but you work for the community. If you don't work very well, the people of the community will not bring money. If you do very good services, many people will come, and the director who will pay you in time.
The assistant in charge, Mbayo Samuel, assured the community members of effective medical services.
Kisuubizo entertainment gye mulingirira erimu abakugu ab'enjawulo era mbakakasa nti olimu otengera Ombululu Community Medical Center wazwaawo ngofunire ekyo ekinyerenyere kiwetaaga.
Blue Roof Medical Center is in partnership with Tasombale, Reproductive Health Uganda, among other partners. Nambozo Jalia, a specialist in cervical cancer, says the partnership has enabled many to screen for cervical cancer. The facility is located at the Budaka Mbale Highway in Naboa Town Council.
Now, serving as State Minister for Defense was one of the most interesting and challenging tasks. But being the strong woman that she is, she managed. Now, this is the kind of spirit she has exhibited in her years of national service since 1994, ably balancing between family and work. She may be known as the current NRM Chief Whip of Uganda, but what is the other side of Ruth Nankabira?
Whatever I do, whatever I get, I always know that it is God's plan.
She does not regret not becoming a doctor.
So I thought I would be a doctor, and I actually did sciences.
What fate offered her was equally good.
I took art, fine art.
Every weekend, This is how she starts her day. It is a 50-acre piece of land that she has put to good use through farming. With the principle of monitoring being key in any project, she does this every morning and evening at her home in Ndeje. Hitting 2 birds with 1 stone, the monitoring also acts as a natural body fitness exercise for Government Chief Whip Ruth Nankabirwa.
I drive from Kampala from the office on Friday, and sometimes I arrive here when it's still daytime, and I jump off the car, and somebody brings the gumboots along the way because of time, of course, and I want to cover a bigger distance.
The farm is composed of mangoes, eucalyptus trees, and bananas. It is a farming venture that is extended to a much bigger chunk of land in Kiboga district, from where she originally hails.
We have a bigger area away from here of about 500 acres of eucalyptus. Yeah, but here, because we are on the hill and we love trees, me and my husband, we can't stay in a place where there are no trees. Even in Kampala where we were staying, we had to plant some trees there.
It is such commitment that has seen her excel at nearly all levels of her life and career. Born on 28th November 1965, Ruth Nankabirwa Sentamu attended Bamusuta Primary School in Kiboga district, from where she completed her primary leaving examinations in 1980. She would advance to Nabisusa Girls Secondary School for both her O and A levels of education. Exhibiting leadership skills, she advanced the same to Makerere University, from where she graduated with a Bachelor of Arts in Fine Art.
Artists have got some inner understanding. We have our own way of looking at things. We do critical analysis, and the artists are both artists and scientists. And art is also a science in its way.
A golden-hearted lady with a lovely nature and committed attitude saw herself joining national politics immediately after university. She became a delegate of the Constituent Assembly in 1994 that promulgated the 1995 Ugandan Constitution.
There came 1996. Said, why can't I contest to go for parliament? CA is done. So I contested, and when I won, I spent less than a year at the backbench.
It was not long before she was named a member of the cabinet, becoming state minister for Luero Triangle. She later served as state minister for microfinance, fisheries, and defense. She is currently the government chief whip. But if there is a docket that was so interesting and challenging at the same time, then it was defense.
Kony, Joseph Kony, the Karamojong with their guns. We have to do this armament, we have to. All the time I was explaining on the floor of parliament, Agra Wari could raise issues. The opposition then, although we were under the movement system, we had members who were opposed to even to the movement system. So they could challenge me. But I spent 8 years. I left defense when Joseph Kony was no more.
Challenging or interesting, all were driven by bravery and passion for service.
I remember one day I received a call from Vincent Onti from the bush. Was asking so many things, asking about Joseph Konyi's mother, because it was President Museveni who was taking care of Joseph Konyi's mother. He bought a land for her in Mukono and put staff to take care of the old lady, because she could not stay in Gulu because she's Joseph Konyi's mother. So people would point fingers at her. And President Museveni said, no, this one delivered a baby boy. She never delivered a gorilla.
This commitment did not see her abandon her family, whom she says has been with her from day one of her political journey.
He was my fiancé when I was at Makerere University 3rd year. So I left Makerere University joining national politics when we were together. So he gave me that support at that stage. Yes. So now you can't just abandon such a person who has been, it will be unfair.
It is at this moment that she disagrees with couples that she says have misunderstood the concept of equality and women empowerment.
Tomorrow you will cease to be an MP, but the other man will not cease to be the father of your children.
Nankabirwa now wants women to embrace decision-making opportunities made possible by the annual international celebration of women.
If you're a woman holding a position, you don't know how many eyes are focusing on you. You make small mistake, it's going to be blown out because of where we have come from. So it is a chance, it is an opportunity. There are not so many women who have gotten to this level.
The holder of a master's degree in Peace and Conflict Studies of Makerere University loves dancing during her free time. Unfortunately, it is a hobby that has been suffocated by her other love for national service.
Whenever I get chance to host people at home, I do it. We dance and be happy.
Ruth Nankabirwa has been woman member of parliament for Kiboga district since 1996, delivering a lot and reaching many milestones for her electorates. She may have lost in the recent 2021 parliamentary elections, but her love for the welfare of Ugandans has not gone with the loss. Henry Okurut, UBC.
I think profiles help you see the other side of the people that we hardly get to understand sometimes, and they help balance up things a little bit. Otherwise, let's take a short break. When we return, we'll be back with more news tonight. Stay tuned.
It's no secret that ICT makes learning easy.
The strides made in our field could not be possible without it.
And now we can watch our favorite show.
My radio is my best friend.
UCC provides an enabling regulatory environment and policy guidance for healthy competition. We also facilitate ease of doing business in the communications sector through licensing, standardization, spectrum management, tariff regulation, rural communication development, and consumer empowerment. An informed consumer is an empowered consumer. UCC supports local content and innovations. Driving the development of a robust communication sector in Uganda is Uganda Communications Commission.
Hello, how are you? Tell me, how do you do? We're here to show some appreciation for the things you do. Sent you for today, and they sent you for tomorrow. Sent you for every time. everywhere you go. We love you so, and we enjoy life with you. We are happy, happy, happy to know that we will go with you. That's why we say thank you, thank you, thank you, yeah. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you for choosing MTN. Use MTN mobile money, bundles or other services to get Thank You points. The more you use, the more Thank You points you get. We look forward to many more years together. Thank you.
Did you know between 200 and 350 million people live within or adjacent to forested areas around the world? Local communities are at the forefront of the symbiotic relationship between humans and forests, forest-dwelling wildlife species, and the ecosystem services they provide. This 3rd March 2021, Uganda will join the rest of the world to commemorate World Wildlife Day 2021 under the theme Forests and Livelihoods, Sustaining People and Planet, as a way to highlight the central role of forests, forest species and ecosystems serving in sustaining the livelihoods of hundreds of millions of people globally. Powered by Ministry of Tourism, Wildlife and Antiquities, Uganda Wildlife Authority and partners.
Today tastes like a new tradition, like an old favorite. Tastes like all hands on deck and all eyes on the prize. Today tastes like a piece of the action, and it never tasted this good.
Welcome back. You're still watching the UBC News Tonight. It's now time for business. Uganda has joined the rest of the world to celebrate World Tailors Day. The occasion was held in Mperere at the home of Uganda Tailors Association. And these are the details.
Tailoring as a means of employment in Uganda continues to grow, with about 3 million people engaged in the textile industry. Most of these are small scale, but have joined groups like Uganda Tailoring Association, which has hosted this particular World Tailoring Day festivities at its Mperere home. As the tailors celebrate their day, challenges abound, the most pronounced of which is taxation and lack of market for their products.
The issue of taxation, it is a challenge in our sector because the raw materials, the materials we are using, I mean the textiles or the fabrics which is important are our raw materials as tailors. Whereby we appeal to the government to say that maybe they waive all the taxes to the important accessories, the textiles we are using, and not only that, because the president's speech on Labor Day said that no more importation of ready-made clothes, which means the tailors, we are going to be given a business to garment industry.
A commissioner in the Ministry of Trade and Cooperatives, Joshua Mutambi, allays fears arising from taxation and commits government support towards such projects that improve technical know-how.
So all these are aimed at increasing the technical skills and the capabilities of our people. Because without the technical skills, you cannot improve on your productivity, you cannot compete. Even when we are talking of creating markets within the region and actually in the country, you need to be producing products that will be competing, that will be high quality. Okay, so therefore we value such a day. It is important to us. That's when we inform the whole world and the whole public that without such inventions, such innovations, how would we be managing to grow ourselves?
To ensure members meet global trends, Uganda Tailors Association has launched a magazine that will provide tutorials to increase competitiveness.
We want to highlight that by appealing to our people, the Uganda, the tailors we have, that we have an organization whereby they can come together and we get a voice. We need a voice. Why do we need a voice?
tailoring is a very important factor, especially in employment, which we have not, the level of employment we have not attained yet. It is very easy to grow the industry because it doesn't need very expensive machinery. You can get comparison like a country like Bangladesh, where we have 20 million people employed in the industry. If only we got, say, maybe 5 million people employed in the tailoring industry, it would be a very big change in the market in Uganda. Unfortunately, the government has offered, I'll call it lip service. They say they support the project, they say they want to grow the industry, but what happens is worrying. Like, you realize recently there have been strikes in the streets, people had imported fabric and they can't get it out because the taxes had gone very, very high. When they import fabric, which costs $1 on the market, but they are demanding $5 per kilo.
World Tailors Day is celebrated on the 28th February to mark the birth anniversary of American Sir William Elias Howe, who invented the sewing machine. John Burns, Sentamo, reporting.
Members of a credit cooperative society in Chikube district have received certificates from Microfinance Support Center for accessing EMYOOGA funds. The resident district commissioner for Chikube district, Amuran Tumusime, commended government for the initiative, adding that the EMYOOGA program will help citizens against poverty.
Chikube District RDC Amran Tumusime says EMYOOGA program is meant to uplift the socio-economic livelihoods of recipients and associates.
Emiliyoni asatu ezigenda mu lisaako teziri sente zimugamba mugenda gaanayo, ziri sente zisakoze kwikala muri inywe nizisatulatinga, tukwetaaga zikanye, tukwetaaga zikolaki obuzirakanya naye entaya yange ekumanyisa ejja kuba eyokozereki eyombeero. Association zanyu bamembazi amukola bakwefayinga kubahola mubanze nayenywe mubatendereka akagambo batazisiisa.
Tumusime was officiating the handing out of certificates to Chikube residents now being prepared to utilize EMYOOGA funds.
Museveni akakimanya oguma mirundi yokuleetinga emirimu n'okuyimukya enyika y'abantu tulina kugenda mu MYOOGA. Yateekaho puroguramu eno ennungi muno, abantu ebekale nebakaniza ne badawutiringa bagamba byaha polipo kyokka sente ziziri.
The Business Development Service Officer Rachel Kobugabe gave out certificates to SACCO members at Buhimba Sub-County Headquarters and Kaboya Primary School. She said Youth Action for Social, Political and Economic Development, Operation Wealth Creation and Microfinance Support Center will be responsible for monitoring and the implementation of the EMYOOGA programs.
Hano abantu abakwija be youth programs yesu. Beito ananyo kwa sawasete. Mukuru RDC, Honorable Inyada Mubobs Ogalu Mukibazeke Tuju. Microfinance na usomesa abandi mu kutuji. Tutusaba sente za muntu wena. Nikigarukamu. Emisomo yone yekuja kubaho. Omuntu anabasaba sente. Tulahamu. Mukwehandikiza. Hatuwehandikisa kuwira mumaze kukombo. Oharabamero omuntu wakwasaba sente tubaze kintu kya corruption kuli.
An officer from the Community Development Officer Chikube District, Annette Kabahaguzi, says there are 36 circles that were formed out of 826 EMYOOGA associations. The MP-elect for Chikube District, Stephen Itaza, advised beneficiaries to invest the money in profitable enterprises and multiply the funds.
Sente zino muziteeke mu projects ezigenda kutuongeramu kuzaala sente zindi mutazitwala kandi mu bintu ebitakuleeta amagoba.
Beneficiaries appreciated President Yoweri Museveni for fulfilling his pledge.
Today tastes like a new tradition, like an old favorite. tastes like all hands on deck and all eyes on the prize. Today tastes like a piece of the action. And it never tasted this good.
Enjoy great value from Airtel with the all-new My Pakalast combo offers. We have customized especially for you the best deals on minutes, data and SMS with our 3-in-1 My Pakalast combo to give you the best value as you stay in touch with friends and family. To activate My Pakalast voice combo, dial *100 *2 *1# to get started.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Welcome back. It's still the news tonight. We now take you to the international scene where President Uhuru Kenyatta on Monday committed to ensure a more united and prosperous East African community as he took over the chairmanship of the regional bloc. The president assured that he will spare no effort towards the realization of the shared aspirations that gave rebirth to the community 20 years ago. President Kenyatta spoke when he addressed the 21st Ordinary Summit of the ESC Heads of State held virtually due to the COVID-19 after taking over the chairmanship from Rwanda's President Paul Kagame. The president paid glowing tribute to the late former President Daniel Arap Moi and the late former President Benjamin Mkapa of Tanzania, acknowledging the role that they played together with President Yoweri Museveni of Uganda in the rebirth of ESC 20 years ago. Still on the international scene, however, we cross to Asia. As one of the largest global telecommunications operators, China's state-backed China Mobile operates some 5.2 million base stations and manages more than 950 million users. According to the Yang Jai, the chairman of the China Mobile, by the end of last year, it had deployed 390,000 5G base stations and provided 5G stations to all prefecture-level cities and some key counties across the country. The company aims to make 5G services available to even more areas this year. Details follow.
Over the course of the year, we will continue to increase investment in 5G technology and expand services across more areas. This year, full coverage will basically be achieved in all urban areas of county-level administrative districts, allowing everyone in these areas more access to 5G networks.
"5G technology is being applied in many sectors, including industrial manufacturing, entertainment, and medical and healthcare industries." Here, Yang explains how 5G can help doctors perform remote examinations.
This is an ultrasound machine. It can be controlled remotely. The ultrasound probe can be used to perform examinations on patients even when doctors are not in the same room. There's only a millisecond level delay, so it feels exactly the same as an on-site examination.
Yang says China's economic development...
End of tonight's bulletin. My name is Wadulo. Arnold, thank you for joining us, and allow me and the team to wish you a happy new month of March.
Brought to you by
At UMEME, your safety is our top priority. Report illegal practices to UMEME when you detect them. Download the UMEME app for other services. Stay alert, stay safe, save lives. UMEME, powering Uganda.
A very warm welcome. It is time for the latest in weather from the Weather Center with the Semper Alex Kim. Sunny but very hazy conditions dominated our skies across the country, though a few areas in the east received some light isolated rainfall. The kind of weather we are experiencing, according to the satellite look on Africa, is mainly because of very dry and warm winds coming in through the Sahara Desert that are dumping the dust and causing the hazy conditions we are seeing prevailing across the country. Tomorrow in the morning, we do expect sunny intervals across most parts of the country, though a few areas along the Lake Victoria Basin expect to have some chances of some light isolated rainfall. But well into the afternoon, we do expect a pickup of this light isolated rainfall well into the northeastern as well as parts of the Lake Victoria Basin. Because of this, we do expect temperatures to rise to 32 degrees Celsius. That will be across Kitgum. And for the nation's capital, at 28. And in Kabale Highlands, we are forecasting at 25 degrees centigrade. And elsewhere across the globe, we are forecasting bright and sunny conditions. That will be for Addis Ababa as well as Brussels. But Brussels quite cold at only 12 degrees centigrade as a daytime high. For Tokyo, we do expect cloudy conditions at a daytime high over 16 degrees centigrade. With that, we wrap it up. Join us again tomorrow, same time.
Brought to you by
At UMEME, your safety is our top priority. Report illegal practices to UMEME when you detect them. Download the UMEME app for other services. Stay alert, stay safe, save lives.